This is the RV Advisor Podcast with your host, Tom Alexander. Get all the latest information, trends, advice from experts, stories from the road, and more in the world of recreational vehicles. Now, here's Tom.
Welcome to the RV Advisor Podcast. I'm Tom Alexander. And joining me today from Black Folks Camp 2, it's Earl B. Hunter Jr. Hey, there he is. And you're talking to us from North Carolina. Where in North Carolina are you, Earl?
Hey, first, thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this podcast. You know, I'm always good to chat about what we do and how we get it done.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, I am in Brevard, North Carolina, which is the western part of North Carolina in the mountains.
You're in the mountains. So is that close to Charlotte or Asheville or where?
Well, we're 18 miles from the Asheville airport.
Okay. Okay.
Miles, so we're close.
Close by. I know that's like a real kind of happening place there for musicians and artists. Asheville. I know that's like a kind of an epicenter for all that kind of interesting artistic stuff going on, right?
You know, it's funny you say that, and it's all well and good, and I love Asheville, but Brevard is a place a magnificent place. We have we're called the land of the waterfalls. Yeah, we have waterfalls all over the place. I mean, big, tall, some of the most cool waterfalls you've ever seen. Many of them have been used in movies and things of that nature. So we're very proud here in Brevard, North Carolina.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Right on,
now,
brother.
Yeah, so Black Folks Camp 2 is the site. And tell us about the origin of that and when it started, why you started it, all that good stuff.
Right on. So here's the thing. I 6 years ago, I had no interest in the outdoors at all. Right? I was a Gucci, Louis Vuitton carrying sports coat, fedora wearing executive at another company.
Gotcha.
And I got an opportunity to work to be the vice president of sales at a company entitled Sylvan Sport. They made this cool pop-up campus. Yeah. Well, my job was to come to Sylvan Sport and grow the business. That's kind of my MO, to go into companies and understand the companies and really understand where they are, what their foundation look like, and help grow the business through the sales channel. Mm-hmm. And so when I arrived, Sylvan Sport was about an $815,000 company in sales. When I left 3.5 years ago, actually in August of last year, 2019, I had been there for 3.5, 4 years, and we did $17.5 million in sales.
Wow.
A lot of that is because, we had a great team, but also I was head of sales, and I had to take a very unconventional route to get us those sales. And rather than selling a product over the internet or having people come to our facilities to buy the units, we had to go get dealers, RV dealers to be exact. And so I drove probably a little over under 400,000 miles around North America in about 3.5, 4 years to actually sell in the product to a bunch of dealers.
Yeah.
And so what happened was that while I was traveling out, doing all those sales, driving and being away from my family 2 and 3 months at a time, sometimes, weeks, months out, I have 2 small children, and I wasn't at home a lot. So I was really not having a lot of family time.
Right. And
so the way that the Black Folks Camp 2 happened is that my son and I took a trip around the country. We did about a 14,000-mile trip around the country. We were gone for three months, and we camped the whole entire journey, right? We camped, and we also opened up dealers while we were doing that. Well, when we camped, we had gone to about 49 campgrounds, and we only saw one black family. And during that conversation with that black family, the young lady, the wife of the family, she basically said to me, look, since you're an executive in the industry, since it's cool that you're doing this, you're one of the only black executives in the industry and from a sales and marketing standpoint, why don't you do it? And so I thought about it, and 2 years later, October the 10th, we launched Black Folks Camp 2.
Wow.
That's exactly how it happened.
Yeah, and through your travels and after the creation of Black Folks Camp 2, .com, right? It's a .com?
.com, correct.
Yeah. So what is the response been? And have a lot of other African Americans looked at this and said, he's doing the same thing we're doing?
Right. So here's the thing. What we're doing, Black Folks Camp 2, is I always tell people it's pretty amazing. Even our name, even the logo of our company, it's very bold, but it's soft. The folks part makes our movement and our thought process easy to understand. For instance, in the South, Black folks have gone through a lot of tumultuous time in regards to the woods. There's a lot of generational fear on why Black folks have not gone camping or have not enjoyed the outdoors. There's a lot of horrific things that my great-grandmother, my grandmother, my mother have said to me about the woods. And so it made me very skeptical about going into the woods. So that brings to the next thing that we're focusing on, which is knowledge. Well, when you don't have any desire to go in the woods and to explore the outdoors, you don't have any knowledge. You don't want any knowledge about the outdoors, right? Yeah. And so we have generational fear, when you have no knowledge, the third thing is Black folks haven't really been invited to go into the outdoors. If you look at some of the marketing, some of the things that are at place, you go into some of the retailers, some of the major retailers, Black folks are not really pertinent in regards to advertising and things of that nature. And which I don't necessarily blame the industry, because this is not an issue. This is an opportunity for us to actually grab a hold to individuals who have never really enjoyed the outdoors, and let's introduce them to it, right?
Absolutely.
And so Black Folks Camp 2, that's who we are. We're basically in the middle. Since I'm in the industry, I've been in the industry, I've done the deals in the industry. I've had some major contacts with a ton of the industry folks. My job is to educate, to invite Black folks into the outdoors. And on the other side, in regards to the industry, my job is to share with them data to help them better advertise and invite Black folks to the forest, and also not only just the forest, but also the campgrounds, because things have changed. But better more than anything, though, I got to tell you this. Black folks don't need permission to go into the outdoors. We don't need permission to enjoy the outdoors. We pay taxes, and the state and national taxes, which that is another thing that we have to really get across to Black folks. But the thing is, we don't need permission, but it sure feels good to be invited, my friend.
Well, I sure like the sound. I sure like the sound of that, and I want to learn. We all of us want to learn a lot more about this, and find out just all the inner workings of Black Folks Camp 2. We're going to do that right after these words. Don't let a road hazard ruin your fun. Get the #1 rated tire and wheel protection service from the RV Advisor. Starting at just $180 per year, it's affordable and dependable, no matter where you are. Get tire and wheel protection for 4-wheel, 5, 6, and 7 to 10-wheel vehicles, including RVs, towed vehicles, personal vehicles, horse trailers, bike trailers, motorcycles, and more. Visit theRVAdvisor.com or call 833-229-0911. That's 833-229-0911. The RV Advisor and the Recreational Vehicle Advisor Consumer Association, also known as the RVACA, have teamed up to combat the spread of coronavirus. Make your donation today to the RVACA's Coronavirus Assistance Fund. With your help, we'll provide RVs at no cost to self-quarantine individuals who are infected or at risk of catching the virus, especially those on the front lines like healthcare providers and civil servants. The RVACA is a 501c nonprofit organization. Visit rvaca.org/coronavirus-donations. We're back on the RV Advisor podcast. My name is Tom Alexander, and my guest is Earl B. Hunter Jr. from Black Folks Camp 2. And really interesting story of the origin and the overall view, I guess, of how African Americans are looking at, getting out into the outdoors and camping, and the perception might be, well, I don't see a lot of Black people out there in their RVs, but things are changing, right?
Well, things are changing. So let me also say this: Black Folks Camp 2 is not the pioneer of getting Black folks out and gathering Black folks to go camping. We're not the pioneer of that. What we're the pioneers of, and what we would like to be the pioneers of, full-on inclusion and diversity, right? In the campground or in the outdoors. We Black Folks Camp 2, our logo, and within our logo, there's a campfire. We value that campfire because that campfire is where we believe that not only black folks, but white folks, green folks, yellow folks, orange folks, whatever folks are out there, we believe that the campfire is where we are. It's going to improve our communication in this country and around the world. And so once we get black folks who have not typically wanted to be in the outdoors to gather around that campfire with everyone else, what we'll find is that our communication, our love, and everything else in regards to not only just the outdoors, but humanity will be increased through the campfire, through conversation. That's how we think.
Yeah, and that's great because when I think of a campfire in the woods, I think of a few things. I think of people gathering, like you said. They're maybe singing songs. They're having conversations. They're telling ghost stories, right?
Right.
There's all kinds of communication going on there, and it's a unity. It's a oneness. That's sort of the center of it all, the campfire.
Right.
It provides light, it provides heat, it provides togetherness and all those things. So I think that's a great idea to be included in your logo.
Well, it's funny too, Tom. As you go through, if anyone listening to our podcast, go to our Facebook page, Black Folks Camp 2, TOO, you'll find that when you look at our page, you'll find a very inclusive diversity type page, right? The Black Folks Camp 2, the logo and the wording should never be offensive to anyone. It should be a plus to that we're advertising to and we're inviting more black folks to come and to enjoy the outdoors and enjoy our industry. Look, I've had an amazing time camping. I love the outdoors. The industry has been good to me. I have done a ton of speaking engagements. I love sharing the knowledge of the outdoors, but I'm just one, right? I want others, my friends, people that look like me, to want to go out and enjoy the outdoors as well. It's going to bring harmony to everything, my friend, especially in times like this that we're in now.
Absolutely. As we're recording this, we're certainly right in the midst of a situation that everybody in the entire world is dealing with. It's a global pandemic, the COVID-19 coronavirus. It's something that really it makes no distinction of who you are, right? It doesn't matter where you are on the planet, who you are, rich, poor, black, white, anything.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. We're all in it together, and so it's something.
And that's just like, and Tom, that's just like the outdoors, brother. The outdoors is for everyone.
That's right.
And as soon as the more we can get everyone enjoying the outdoors, what happens is everyone tends to respect the outdoors. And when you respect the outdoors, you tend to want to make sure it's clean. You tend to want to make sure the habitat is good. You tend to want to preserve that just as you would with your home, right? Just as you would with your home. And so we are the outdoors is the real deal, brother. It really is, man.
It sure is. No question about it. And just to swing back to the current situation, you and your family are well. You say you have 2 children, did you say?
Yeah, I have 2 children. I have a 7-year-old and a 10-year-old. He just turned 10 yesterday. And we are in Brevard, North Carolina.
Yeah.
We have a home here. And, one of the things that my mind and my soul tell me, hey, let's just go camping, because there are a lot of although some of the national and state parks are closed,
right?
There are a lot of private campgrounds that are actually open, and they are open for business. But, we thought about going camping this weekend. We thought about going camping next weekend. But at the same time, I wanted to make sure that I'm here for the community here in Brevard, North Carolina. I'm hoping to go do some volunteering on Sunday. I've actually sent a few emails to people in the industry about possibly what can we do here in Brevard to help our retailers and help the families here. So we're all hands on deck. Look, what we have and want to get in people to the outdoors, what we want to get done is one thing, but what we need to get done for the entire country and in our community is another thing. And so we have to keep that in sight, brother.
Absolutely. I think what you're doing is great. And, another thing to think about, and we here at the RV Advisor actually are sort of helping spearhead some of our corporation partnerships and alliances to try to help people with the RVs themselves as quarantine units for medical personnel. And it's very, very important that we all, lend each other a hand. What you're doing is tremendous in being part of the community and making sure folks that may not be as have the resources or the ability physically to be helping themselves in some cases. A lot of older folks, they need assistance, and we're like I said, we're all in this together. And what you're doing is just awesome. With your family, going out and camping. That's another thing to think about. It's in a way, it's a great way for your family to be together, and we do have that sense of community. However, it's also a very, very safe place to be isolated and quarantined because it's really self-contained, right?
You're certainly right about that. I had a conversation. Actually, I have a conference call with my team here in about an hour. We're a team of 6, very smart individuals in the industry. We are gathering ourselves to make sure that we're sending the right message to the to our followers and to the people out there. We're doing some things now to, especially for Black folks who have never really enjoyed the outdoors. We're actually recording videos of roasting marshmallows or showing Black folks what s'mores are, which you wouldn't believe that many do not understand even what s'mores are, or what it looks like in the outdoors. Because where we live is totally in. I actually live in Pisgah Forest, and so I'm able to share the outdoors through videos and share those on our page, so people who are shut in can really, even when it's time for us to get out and enjoy the outdoors again, or even right now to enjoy the outdoors, showing them that this is not a scary place. The outdoors is your home, could be your home, has been your home, and may become your home at some point. And so we need to get familiar with it. But at the end of the day, you're certainly right, Tom. We have to show that the outdoors is a beautiful place. And right now, until I get more information from Washington and from all the people that I know in the industry, we have to believe that the outdoors is where it is, brother. That's what I can tell you. I don't know anything else to say.
Well, it's a great message, and it's just awesome what you're doing. And one more time, if you would let the folks know again where they can go online to find you.
Right on. Our website is blackfolkcamp2too.com. You can go there, streamline. You can see everything that we do. You can go there and hit about founder, learn about myself, understand my legitimacy in the industry. And second of all, we are also, you can go to our Facebook page or our social media pages, Black Folk Camp 2. You'll know us because we have, for the page that you want to like, is the one with the logo on it. The other page, which is Black Folk Camp 2, we use for data. So I appreciate you, Tom. I appreciate you, my friend.
Well, we appreciate you too, Earl. Our guest has been Earl B. Hunter Jr. Got to get that B in there. Earl,
I know, man.
Earl B. Hunter Jr. from Black Folks Camp 2. My name is Tom Alexander. This is the RV Advisor Podcast. Thank you for listening. So long, everybody.
You've been listening to the RV Advisor Podcast with Tom Alexander. This podcast is produced in association with Studio Alpha and Alexander Productions in Miami. Visit thervadvisor.com for more.
The RV Advisor and the Recreational Vehicle Advisor Consumer Association, also known as the RVACA, have teamed up to combat the spread of coronavirus. Make your donation today to the RVACA's Coronavirus Assistance Fund. With your help, we'll provide RVs at no cost to self-quarantine individuals who are infected or at risk of catching the virus, especially those on the front lines like healthcare providers and civil servants. The RVACA is a 501c nonprofit organization. Visit rvaca.org/coronavirus-donations.